back to Pillar Sports, people. Today we are talking about Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. It is the preview to the Saturday's game. It is going to be a big game. It's a game that Manchester United absolutely need to bounce back from, especially after losing 2 goals to nil at the Emirates. That was a deflating game for me just to kind of watch. But of course, like I said, the goal for Ruben Amorim and the way I see things is not really for the points at this point. I want to see improvement in performance, and it felt like we went a little bit of a step back. Against Arsenal, especially when it came to the set pieces. In my last video, I always said that set pieces, you create set pieces, and you perfect set pieces not only on the pitch but also in the video room when you actually go and watch things over, put people in places that they're meant to be, and then you kind of make sure that people are in their right spaces. We sure did not do that against Arsenal, and even then, the leadership in controlling where people stay, in understanding the moment for us was such a bad one. And I think that's where we missed the likes of Casemiro. We missed the likes of Martinez, that is very, very vocal in the back line. Those kinds of things I feel like would have been negated a little bit if we had those two players on the pitch. Now, I am not going to be looking back. So, and of course, vision 2025, or hindsight is 2025, or whatever. It was 2020 before, but now we are past 2020. So but what I'm basically saying now is that we need to bounce back from that game. It needs to be a situation where we get all 3 points from this game. We are currently 13th in the league, and we will be facing, I think, Nottingham Forest, who are 7th. They have had a good season so far. For where they came from last season, Nuno Espirito Santo has absolutely done a great job with Nottingham Forest. They have 6 wins in this season, 4 losses, has scored 16 goals and conceded 16 goals. Plus the fact that they have about 5 clean sheets, so they are quite defensively sound. They score goals for fun at this point in time, and their target man, of course, the person that is definitely very, very and truly a threat for them is of course Chris Wood. Chris Wood this game, or this season, has 9 goals in 25 shots. So he has been quite effective this season, and he is a threat. Of course, they also have the likes of Hudson-Odoi, Anthony Alanga, players that are quite pacey and fast, and that can beat us on a counter. And of course, they have Jota Silva. These players are players that are quite a threat in their offensive part of the game. But of course, when it comes to the defensive, because that is what they do very well, they are going to sit back and actually make sure that they suck up pressure, and they will hit you on the counter. And because of their pacey threats in the wings with Hudson-Odoi and Anthony Elanga, that is a very, very effective position, an effective style of play for them. However, Manchester United need to be clever with this. In the last game that we played against Arsenal, in the first half most especially, we had control of the ball. We had control of the game, and that is what we need to do today. It needs to be a situation where we control the game totally, in a way that we try our best not to give the ball away, because the moment we give the ball away, that's when we are going to have a break in transitional defense, and then we have to start running back. And because we commit a lot of players forward in this new system, that might be where we might be overloading Casemiro and overloading Ugarte, or whoever is going to play the double pivot. That is going to be crucial for us. So we need to hold the ball. We need to make sure that they do not have a consistent break in attacking us. That's definitely going to be one thing that we need to absolutely do. Their star man in this game, of course, is going to be Chris Wood. I think he is a threat. He's a big fella. He's a target man, but a target man that has the pace and the strength to turn around and bring his team into the counter attack and into the attack. So we definitely need to make sure that he's quieted in the game, and that would be a job for Matthias Delict. It will be a job for the double pivot sitting there to make sure that the three defenders are free enough to kind of clear the ball and actually walk off the New Zealand striker. So that's a key thing for us that we need to do. Now, on to Manchester United. We know that Ruben Amorim in the last games, and pardon me, I'm having a lot of sniffles because it's quite cold where I am. So if you hear me kind of sniffle, it's because honestly I'm quite stuffed. But it has to go on. The show has to go on, so we got to go on. So with what we have been seeing so far in the games, it's and Ruben Amorim, there has been a large focus on rotation, a large focus on making sure everyone is fit, a large focus on having to know what he has in all these players, and everything is all good and dandy. So that would basically be informing my decision on who I think he's actually going to have as a starting 11. Um, and for the starting 11, for me, when it comes to Manchester United, I am going to, of course, the mainstay is always going to be Andre Onana as the mainstay. I think Mazarawi now has become a mainstay for Ruben Amorim based on his intelligence and actually his ability to stay fit and play 90 minutes. A mainstay also is Bruno Fernandes, just because captain just never gets injured. Never gets injured. Also, I don't think anyone else is a mainstay so far. It might be Dalot, but he just keeps on switching Dalot. Dalot, we haven't really figured out what or where in this system he's his best so far. So I can't really say Dalot. However, though, this is my first 11. I think this is what he's going to do based on who played 90 minutes in the last game and who didn't. So in this game, we are going to be seeing Andre Onana as the goalkeeper. And the defense, what we are going to see, in my opinion, is going to be Mazarawi back on the right hand side of the three centre backs. In the middle, we are going to be seeing Harry Maguire. And in the left, we are going to see Martinez. Of course, Matthias de Ligt played 90 minutes against Arsenal, so I believe he's not going to play 90 minutes against Nottingham Forest, and that's why I bring in Harry Maguire. At the fullbacks, we are going to be seeing Ahmad starting. He did not start against Arsenal, so he's going to start against Nottingham Forest, in my opinion. Of course, we're going to see Diego Dalot in that position. To in terms of the left wing back. And then the double pivot, we are going to be seeing the likes of Casemiro and Ugarte. This is going to be the first two, just because I feel Ugarte. I think Ugarte did play against Arsenal. Did he play 90 minutes? Not so sure, but I believe so. So I feel like we are going to see Ugarte and Casemiro. I believe in this game we need Ugarte to stop all those transitional defense before, put out fires before he actually gets into a whole forest fire. And then in the double tens, I think Bruno is going to go back into that position, and then we are going to be having the likes of Marcus Rashford start, and then up top we are going to have Joshua Zirkzee. So that is my starting 11. So it's going to be Andre Onana, Mazarawi, Maguire, Martinez. In the wing back, we're going to have Amad Diallo and Diego Dalot. In the double pivot, is going to be Ugarte Kase. In the two tens, we're going to have Bruno and Rashi. and then in the middle we're going to be having Joshua Xerxes. I think that is going to be my starting 11. And I think his starting 11 is good enough to actually hold the ball well, is good enough to actually play, control the game, and actually have the threat behind with Marcus Rashford. That I believe this is going to be a 3 goal difference game. I think Manchester United, in this is my prediction. Manchester United are going to win this game 3-0. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section about this prediction. Let me know your predictions too, because I feel like after what we saw against Arsenal, not creating about creating 0.31 xg expected goals, I think this is a game that Ruben Amorim is going to focus. And it's hard to coach striking ability. It's hard to coach that. But I believe he's going to focus on the strikers, telling them, hey, you need to create. You need to create something. And I believe that this is going to be a game that we are going to get 3 points from it and hopefully move up in the table. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. It's going to be a tough game. Starman for Manchester United is has to be it has to be I would say Bruno Fernandes, because this is a game where you would need to beat a low block, and I hold Bruno Fernandes, being that he has been our creative outlet. I think Bruno Fernandes will be the one that, if he plays very well, if he does his job, this will be an easy game for us to kind of get the 3 points. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that follow button if you haven't, and share this to whoever you want to kind of watch this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.